YouTube, how y'all doing, man? It is Kabir, and today we're gonna be doing a little anime reaction video. So this is something I honestly just do on my pastime, bro. I'm just chilling, bro. I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm really into that Dragon Ball shit. So I was like, bro, let me do a little video. Let me watch some videos, you know, cause I'll be chilling, bro. This is like my off time, bro. I just like to chill for a little bit, so I'll be into that. But I was like, you know what, bro? I'm already doing this shit regardless. I might as well take y'all with me. So I'm gonna be reacting to something. This is gonna be the next Tournament of Power video by Carthu. I hope y'all doing well though. First of all, I hope y'all doing well. But anyways, let's get to this video, bro.
The final arc of the Dragon Ball Super anime was the Tournament of Power, a multiverse-spanning event that tested the fighters of Universe 7 like never before. But it's been 5 years since the Tournament of Power ended, and a lot has happened since.
Damn, 5 years since the last Tournament of Power. I mean, like the last arc for the anime, and obviously it's, you know, the manga, but it's been a while for the manga too, because we've had so many more arcs since Tournament of Power. We had Moro, we had Granola, now we had the whole movie adapted, which honestly, bro, was a bit of a stretch, but I get why they did it. They needed to flesh out Goten and Trunks, so they fleshed their character out. But now we're finally to the point where Gohan is fighting Goku, so it's pretty cool. We're seeing Beast Gohan fight UI Goku, or MUI Goku, my bad. But anyways, I'm gonna keep playing.
So if there was another Tournament of Power, who would be on Team Universe 7? The obvious first pick is Goku. His attempt to master Ultra
MUI Goku would be pretty cool. I hope though they make True UI Goku more relevant, or they do something where it's like True UI versus MUI, or they try to find a way to blend the two. I know they're trying to make it so like, oh, True UI is actually more powerful because Goku's version is where he needs his angers and emotions to affect his UI. So that'll make him more power amped, I guess. So we'll see how that one goes.
Ultra Instinct during the first Tournament of Power was enough to wear down Jiren so Universe 7 could even win. But now he's a completely different fighter. The Moro arc in the Dragon Ball Super manga takes place after the Tournament of Power and the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly. In this arc, Goku trained with someone we'll talk about later to gain a mastery over Ultra Instinct, allowing...
I'm fairly certain this MUI Goku would obviously stomp Jiren. Or that's assuming if Jiren doesn't get stronger himself. Obviously, if they do this next Tournament of Power arc and Jiren's there, he's going to be more amped, right? So there's going to be Broly as well, who's also considered to be Beerus level, which obviously doesn't make sense. How can you be Beerus level? Because he's an always moving goalpost. Anyways,
allowing him to access the silver-haired form at will. After training more with the help of Whis, Goku becomes able to use Ultra Instinct in every form, though it is worse the weaker the form is. And he even went on to make use of...
Okay, wait, I didn't know that part. I didn't know that part of the anime, because like, dude, I'll be reading the manga. Obviously, you can't just tell by the hair colors, because in the manga they do it a little bit differently per form. But anyways, that's pretty cool to see that he can use UI with his like every other form like included, but he obviously mentioned that UI doesn't work as well when he's using it with the other forms, so that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I'm into anime, I'm into Dragon Ball. I try to keep up with it, you feel me? But that's pretty cool to know. I did not know that part.
Ultra Instinct sign in the Granola arc, as it allows him to use his emotions with the benefits of Ultra Instinct. So with the ability to use Ultra Instinct in any form, having consistent power with Ultra Instinct sign, and being able to keep the form version of Ultra Instinct as a last resort, he'll be a...
So that's kind of interesting, because I always thought they were going to build MUI to be like the form that Goku uses. He doesn't need any other form. It's just UI Goku, MUI Goku, I mean. Every other form is not going to happen, because he doesn't need to happen, because MUI is his base. Which is weird, because they've always said, oh, Super Saiyan God Goku is his base. This is his base. And it never happens, but this is weird, you know, like power scale breaking.
A major asset to Team Universe 7. And it wouldn't be Dragon Ball if Goku wasn't followed by Vegeta. In the first Tournament of Power, he was...
It's always the Goku and Vegeta show, so it's just normal, you know.
Is extremely helpful, handling powerful characters like Toppo and even unlocking a new version of Super Saiyan Blue. But you know that isn't good enough for him. During the Moro arc, Vegeta trained on Yardrat and focused on learning a move called Forced Spirit Fission. This is a Yardrat ability that allows the user to split things that were merged through fusion or absorption. This will be massive for another Tournament of Power. The universe...
Yeah, so this move probably in a tournament power sense, obviously, like you can see on the screen, it's the Universe 6 Namekians. They're gonna get stomped. Piccolo, I'm pretty sure the next fight, so right now, this time I'm filming this video, it's the latest chapter is 102, where it's Gohan versus MUI Goku. I'm pretty sure though they're gonna have a Piccolo v Vegeta fight in the manga, because they mentioned, like Gohan mentioned that, oh, Piccolo also got a new form. So they're like, okay, they put that in the manga to, like, you know, build on it in a future chapter. So I'm pretty sure this fight's gonna happen. Gohan's probably gonna beat Goku. That's my prediction. Gohan in this sparring match is gonna beat Goku. I don't know how. I don't know all the specifics. I just feel like that's my feeling. And they're gonna also have a Piccolo fight, Orange Piccolo, the Ultra Ego Vegeta. Now, obviously, Vegeta has Force Spirit Fission, so you already know he could actually stomp the shit out of Piccolo, because all he has to do is defuse the Namekians that Piccolo's absorbed. He's absorbed Kami and Nail, so that could happen. But honestly, bro, I don't think Vegeta would do that. I think Vegeta is too prideful. He wants to fight people at their peak strength. I don't think Vegeta would do that. That wouldn't fall in line with his character. But what I am saying is there's always a trump card Vegeta's got. So, something to think about.
First 6 Namekians could be split and made insignificantly weak, almost as insignificant as they were in the manga version. Even the
I forgot about that. I forgot those Namekians absorbed their whole race, not just those two. That's crazy, bro.
beast that was Oniraza would just easily be dismantled into his weaker components, and even Kefla would just go back to being 2 much more manageable Saiyans.
Thank God, bro. I hated Kefla, bro. No disrespect. I just didn't like them. They were too arrogant. They got all the power-ups unearned. You know, Super Saiyan 2, we went through multiple arcs building up to those things, and then they just got it out of nowhere, bro. That shit was just... They needed to do like a little hyper power. I think what they need to do is, if they want to give characters power-ups, they need to just go through some like hyperbolic time chamber training. We already know that multiple time chambers exist in the Dragon Ball universe. You know, there's the one on Earth, there's the one that Goku and Beerus used, and then there's the one that the one that Black Frieza used, or just Frieza used to get his Black Frieza form. So we know there's multiple time chambers in the lore, the written manga, whatever. You know, and throughout the whole universe, there's multiple of them. So if they want to give more power-ups to more characters, I don't have a problem with that, because I know more characters need to be relevant. So they need to be along the same relative power ceiling that whatever that arc they're in. If they want to do that, just let them have a training arc. Let them train in the hyperbolic time chamber. If they need to power up fast, give them the time chamber, bro. And we already know they've already broke the laws, or, you know, they've retconned how it worked in Z, right? So Z, you can only spend 2 days, Earth days in there, which is like 2 years. And they broke it in Super, so it's like, if they're going to break that in Super, might as well just break it for everyone else and just let them train in there. But that's how I feel about it.
That's not even all he could do, though. In the Granola arc, Vegeta trained with Beerus to learn about destruction. He took this knowledge of a godly technique and, much like Goku, made it into a form that allows him to use it to its fullest potential. This form is Ultra Ego, and it allows Vegeta to get stronger the more damage he takes. So in a tournament without breaks, Vegeta could get...
I hate that they introduced this form only for it to catch an L the first time it was introduced. It sucks because, like, Vegeta gets a new form, bro, he still takes an L, bro. Same with Blue Evolution, he took an L. And same with this, he took an L. Even when he unlocked Super Saiyan, he took an L. There's never been a time where Vegeta's gotten a new form and he's won. Or I guess you could say in Resurrection F, he technically could have overpowered Frieza, but he still took the L, bro. He's been getting dirtied.
Get incredibly powerful in this form. Just so you understand how strong he can get, in this form, Vegeta was able to quickly catch up to the strongest mortals in Universe 7. The only issue he'll have is accumulating damage. But if the time limit for the tournament is the same as the first one, I think that'll actually be a smaller issue. Speaking of the strongest mortals, we have to talk about Gohan. This one is a bit easier to go over, though. In the original Tournament of Power, Gohan was supposed to be the leader and strategist.
Yeah, they didn't really do much with Gohan in the first Tournament of Power. I mean, obviously he did his thing, right? It wasn't like he didn't do anything, but it was like, now I want to see Gohan, you know, be more of like a focus, just because he's technically, I think, the strongest right now. My prediction, Gohan is the strongest in universe besides Beerus and Frieza, obviously. So those two There's still like the weird, you know, we don't really know their powers like that. We know they're like overpowered, but at the moment, I think Gohan's probably the only one that can be taking on Black Frieza. And me, obviously, I don't know about Beerus. Beerus always changes. You can't predict Beerus' power level, but Gohan, I think, could do some damage
for Universe 7, but that never really happened, and while he did get some notable eliminations, he definitely wasn't in the top tier in terms of power. Now, with Dragon Ball Super Superhero...
Been sick, bro. I didn't even think about it. Dude, a Toppo versus Gohan fight would be pretty cool. I'd want to watch that, because they're both, like, destruction level type. Like, Gohan Beast, bro, reminds me more of, like, an evil, like, power-up. How do I say, like... Beast Gohan feels more like a destruction level type power up. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, you just look at this picture here, bro. You can see Gohan looks like the type of power up he's got here is more based along the lines of destruction. Does that make sense? So him fighting Toppo, who's actually a candidate for God of Destruction, would be pretty cool. That would be a pretty good fight. I want to see that. I know you'd probably want to see that. Type in the comments, would you want to see that fight? Because I would, personally.
Gohan has awakened a new form called Beast, which is seemingly an evolution of his ultimate form. With this power, he's able to battle Cell Max, who is around the power of Broly, though Cell Max is a little bit weaker according to Toriyama. We don't know what the ceiling for Beast Gohan's power is, but...
Okay, so if that's the case, so we did get imperfect Cell Max, so... That, and Toriyama saying he's around Broly level, or Beast Gohan, I mean, Beerus level, my apologies, Beerus level, if he was perfect Cell Max. So, perfect Cell Max, so he's probably like less than, and then we're getting Broly level. Oh shit, bro. So Broly's still like around Gohan Beast level, Berserker Broly. I'm not gonna say like controlled minded Broly, because we still don't know control minded Broly, because he's still going through his training arc. We'll see though. Like, it's really interesting how the power scaling's going right now.
At the very least, he's in Universe 7's top tier now, and he may even be the strongest mortal in Universe 7 currently. I have a whole other video talking about the potentially strange power scaling there though. Next, we can't talk about Dragon Ball Super Superhero without mentioning Piccolo, who definitely has a spot on this team. In the first Tournament of Power, Piccolo had a very cool battle against the Universe 6 Namekians, and that's basically it. And while he may have had...
Bro, they dirtied the shit out of Piccolo in the first Tournament of Power, bro. He got knocked right out, and I mean, not right out, he did his thing, but like, he could have been more prevalent out. Obviously, like, they didn't want to give him too much time because they needed to leave the time for Goku and Vegeta's, you know, character arcs. But like, I hope Piccolo gets more love, bro, because he's one of my favorite characters, bro. Piccolo's the one guy, bro, in the series who's never stopped training. He's always did his thing, and he's always been helpful, right? Like, after Z anyways. So Piccolo, in my opinion, he needed more shine. I'm glad he got his form in the movie. I wish he was the one that honestly took care of Cell Max and not Gohan, but it's a different conversation. But obviously, hopefully this time around, Piccolo is like getting fights that are actually much more developmental to the story, and like his arc as well.
One of the most disrespectful eliminations in the whole tournament, I think he can easily redeem himself in the next one. As most of you know, the Gammas were considered to be vaguely around the power of Goku and Vegeta, and Orange Piccolo.
So the Gammas were, yes, they said multiple times, reiterated that they were Goku and Vegeta level. Now, I'm thinking they were only relative to Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. I don't think they were relative to UI and Ultra Ego. I don't know, that might be a different conversation, but that's my theory anyways.
Piccolo absolutely dominates them with ease. Even against Cell Max, while Piccolo is clearly outmatched, he holds his own fairly well, landing some good punches and even being able to somewhat hold him down. This power should definitely allow Piccolo to get some spotlight in the next Tournament of Power and stop him from being eliminated in the dumbest way possible. Of course, we do have another character from Superhero to talk about, Gamma 1. While
Ooh, that is interesting. I didn't think about it, but yes, Gamma 1 is Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta minimum. So if you think about it, what if they upgrade Gamma 1 and they make him like ultra level as well? That would be a good fight, because he's now one of the android twins. No, not twins, but the android family keeps growing in the universe. That shit crazy.
While Gamma 2 died in a heroic attempt to destroy Cell Max, Gamma 1 is still alive and works for Capsule Corp alongside Dr. Hedo. As I said in the Piccolo section, the Gammas were near the level of Goku and Vegeta, so having one of them on their side is a huge asset. The Gammas can also do a final Gambit attack by using up their batteries, so maybe a lower scale version of this attack could help to weaken or even eliminate stronger opponents like Gamma 2 did to Cell Max. This is also ignoring the idea that Gamma 1 could just be upgraded by the time another tournament comes around, since he's fully artificial, unlike Android 17 and 18. Then there's one more character that appears in Superhero, who also had his own movie, Broly. The strongest Saiyan, at the time at least, will be a great asset for Universe 7, so long as he can control his power. When he first appeared, Broly was such a threat that he made Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta flee to learn the fusion dance.
Yeah, so Broly is gonna be very interesting because in the movie they even said at the end, like, oh, Goku was like, he's probably Beerus level. What the like, dude, we're gonna, like, obviously they keep saying Beerus level. I don't even believe it anymore, just because how much the scale is getting pushed and around. You know, Beerus is always changing, so we never know. But obviously Berserker Broly will kick ass regardless. But Broly controlled, I want to see that. Like, I want to see his training arc finished, and I want to see how strong he could be when he can control his mind.
While it's implied Goku and Vegeta surpassed Broly by the time of the Granola arc, we know that he's at least starting to train with Goku by the time of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Even if it's not a lot of training, Broly's potential is massive, and as we've seen from characters like Gohan, a person's potential for growth can help close any gaps in power. Speaking of potential, a character with some of the highest potential in the series is without a doubt Frieza. As we know, Frieza went from a threat far below even the androids to someone that rivaled Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
So in 4 months, he went from what, Super Saiyan 1 level, Frieza. So he went from Super Saiyan 1 level to Super Saiyan Blue in 4 months. And then he did a year's worth of image training, and he became as strong as Kaioken level Goku. I think so. That's how it went. So, yeah, and obviously now we got Black Frieza. He did 10 years of training, so he's definitely on a different level now. But it's crazy to think, like, Frieza's just, in the universe, I think Frieza and Gohan are just dominating right now, but we'll see how it pushes later on.
Goku and Vegeta in only a few months. Then, with only image training while dead, he didn't let Goku and Vegeta get too far ahead of him in terms of power. This led to him being a major part of the thematic victory Universe 7 took in the first Tournament of Power. After that, he was revived, but he didn't change his evil ways. Skip forward a bit to the Granola arc, where Goku and Vegeta are in contention for the title of strongest in the universe, only for Frieza to come out of nowhere and reveal he's trained for 10 years in a time chamber he found on a world he conquered somewhere. This training, alongside his already...
Yep, like I mentioned, more time chambers do exist in the universe. They need to make use of them more often, in my opinion, so more characters can get power-ups they actually earned instead of just being given, because it's just very distasteful. I don't think it's very Dragon Ball-like to just give unearned power-ups, but different conversation, right?
Already massive potential led to him obtaining a new form, Black Frieza. And even becoming so powerful, he was able to one-shot almost everyone that was a candidate for strongest in the universe up to that point. Except for one candidate who didn't even try to fight him, Granola, who's the next member of our team. With a wish on the Dragon...
Yeah, I don't know, bro, because Granola's an interesting character. They might just... Because, dude, of what they said, he only had 3 years to live, right? And the Granola arc happened, and then we jumped to Superhero, which there was a bit of time that went past between those two, so there might be a point they might just make it so Granola's gonna stay alive forever, which, I mean, I don't mind, I like Granola, but what they might do for Granola is they might kill him off, unfortunately, or they might just leave him in. Either or I'm okay with, because narratively it can make sense, because, like, dude, it's Dragon Ball, you can't really die in Dragon Ball, it's just how the show goes, you know.
Dragon Balls made at the cost of his own lifespan, Granola was, albeit temporarily, the strongest in the universe. The power he gained allowed him to keep up with Goku and Vegeta, who had both been training their godly techniques, Ultra Instinct and Destruction, respectively. He also unlocked numerous techniques from this wish as well, including a form of destruction that he seems to wield with little effort, and even a form of instant transmission. Don't forget his innate sniping abilities as well.
Dude, that's crazy. I forgot he has instant transmission. That's actually dude, that's crazy, bro. So there's, like, what? Okay, there's Goku. I mean, Vegeta knows instant transmission. I know they're gonna never let him use it again, but after the Moro arc, but I know he knows it, so he knows that. And then who else was it, bro? The Yardrat dude from the other universe, and then shit, I forgot. There's multiple characters now.
Well, being able to pick off weaker opponents from across the arena will be massive for helping the team conserve stamina. So while Granola clearly isn't the strongest by the end of the arc, he is without a doubt in the top 10 strongest in Universe 7, so he has to be on this team. Our next spot isn't as obvious though, since it entirely depends on certain factors, but I'd say Meris is a great option. At the end of the—
Oh yeah, so Meris is now he's now part of the story, but not as an angel. So he's come back. He's been resurrected. He's just not an angel anymore. But now the question is, though, how strong is he? Because I don't think he has his angel powers anymore. So since he doesn't have his angel powers anymore, his power is still definitely top 10. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still top 10 regardless. I'm pretty sure that fighting experience will stay with him. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see how next time we see him in the manga, how strong he actually will be.
The Moro arc, the angel that helped Goku master Ultra Instinct ceases to exist because he broke the angel law of being impartial and never fighting outside of training. However, the Grand Priest granted him a mercy by simply stripping him of his angel powers and immortality. Effectively, Meris is just a regular Universe 7 mortal now. Now I have to be honest, the Grand Priest may not allow Meris to enter, but if he does, mortal Meris should still be incredibly useful to Team Universe 7. After all, it's without using angel powers that Meris impresses Goku and Vegeta, even speed blitzing both of them at the start of the arc, and he even pushes Goku to use Super Saiyan God in a sparring match that never gets to finish.
Yeah, so Meris at least is God level, like Super Saiyan God level, and even him speed blitzing Vegeta is a crazy feat, bro. Like, without angel powers, he was doing all this. He was on par with like the first level of Moro, or not first level, bro. I forget, but he was doing some numbers. He was doing a bit on Moro, bro.
While I assume Meris' natural ability to use Ultra Instinct is gone, I could definitely see him using the technique in short bursts, similarly to how Master Roshi did in the manga's version.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. I just remembered about this. Roshi has a part of UI. He has to have, bro. He's too like old and knowledgeable to not have at least a part of UI. You know what I'm saying? So I hope, dude, somehow, bro, I want to see Roshi get a power-up, bro. Like, some real shit, bro. I want to see Roshi do some shit. Because, dude, I love OG Dragon Ball, and I'd love to see Roshi be more prevalent in the story than he already is.
Version of the Tournament of Power. Overall, though, if Meris is allowed to enter, I think that makes him the best choice for this spot. And that brings us to our last spot left, and it's the hardest one to fill in my opinion. An obvious choice would be the winner of the first Tournament of Power, Android 17. We already know that he has insane potential for growth, but his interest in competing, and more importantly training, is seemingly extremely low. While I think he could close the gap in power, would he actually want to? It's hard to be sure how Android 17 would perform when measured next to these extremely
The thing about 17 is, bro, he always gets a power up like he did in the other Tournament of Power in the Moro arc. So the thing about 17 and Super is just, he's just always able to compete, bro. They just let him, like, and the thing is, he's like a fan favorite almost, so they'll let him, you know, compete. They'll let him be stronger. They'll just give him power up. So I don't see. This is the thing. I wish they would. This is what I mean. If they give these people time in the hyperbolic time chamber, these power ups feel earned. Nobody has a problem. But as soon as they just happen to get it, what the you know what I'm saying?
Powerful characters we've been discussing, especially considering he lacks motivation. In a similar camp, we have Android 18, but she's even weaker and has less incentive to participate. Both 17 and 18 come off as pretty cold in Dragon Ball Super, and I think that's supposed to reflect them having lost some of their humanity when Gero kidnapped and altered them. But it makes them seem pretty selfish overall. So as much as I'd like her—
Yeah, so they've always been reserved, and obviously it's like explained in universe, it's because of Gero, but you do see eventually though they're regaining more of their human side as after the first arc with them, you know, like after the Cell arc, they became more and more like humans than anything.
to be on the team, a weaker Android 17 with even less interest in the tournament is probably not the best or even a realistic choice. Speaking of unrealistic choices, we have Boo, who is actually really interesting if handled correctly. But I actually think he might just not be.
They just won't use Boo. He's too Hax character. He's too much of a Hax. And obviously I want to see Boo, but obviously his abilities are just too strong. They just won't let him do it. Unfortunately, you know.
Allowed to enter. As we know from the first Tournament of Power, Boo hibernated before it began, so he couldn't participate despite training for it. However, if he could participate, his ability to heal others and the strange way his body works could actually impact the tournament in a huge way. Then, in terms of power, Boo played a big role in the Moro arc of the Dragon Ball Super manga, as the Grand Supreme Kai takes control of his body and is able to fight an enemy near the level of Goku and Vegeta at the time. If this could be replicated, I think Boo could be a major asset, but there's one problem with that. Would Boo even be allowed to enter if a god is technically controlling his actions, or if a god is in his body at all? Seems like a violation of the rules, but let me know what you think. That leaves us with the humans, but they have the worst case out of anyone so far, except for one. Krillin has been in and out of retirement.
Krillin is interesting because if you think about it, all these people during Saint Saga were less than they were less stronger than, what is it? Yeah, they were less stronger than Raditz and Nappa. But during the Frieza arc, when they go to train with King Kai, they become instantly relevant to all the fighters, like during the Frieza saga. So it becomes crazy how much more potential these people have. Obviously, they're just given power-ups because they have to be relevant in the story, but we'll see. Though I do think Earthlings have the most potential in the show. They just never get given enough proper time and training to become more relevant in the story. But I digress,
For a while, so unless he's absolutely needed, I doubt he'll want to participate. Master Roshi has been trying to pass the torch for years, so similar to Krillin, he'd only do so if he has to. And Ten Shinhan also seems genuinely disinterested, which is stupid. He gets treated like dirt for absolutely no reason, but it's probably a direction that won't change anytime soon.
Human, I think, besides... Yeah, I think Tien and Roshi, I think. Even, I don't know about Roshi, but Tien's definitely been one of the humans that's continued training consistently, and he's still, treated like shit in the show, so, yeah.
All three of them performed alright in the first Tournament of Power, but nothing too notable to make them a necessary addition to the roster or anything. If only there was some other human representation for this team. Well, there actually is. Depending on when the Tournament of Power happens, Oob could easily be the final addition to the team. As we see at the end of Z, base Goku and everyone spectating think Oob is extremely impressive, even hurting an on-guard Goku. Remember, this is an even stronger Goku than the Granola arc, so these are actually impressive feats, even if Goku's just in base. As most of you know, Oob is the reincarnation of Kid Buu, but with a pure heart. And that isn't even the only reason his power is so impressive. At the end of the Moro arc, Goku's energy is being drained, and it seems...
I don't think they'd use Oob, though. He's just too much of like a kid. He's too young. They wouldn't make use of Oob just yet. Or if they do, I would be pretty hyped, but obviously they'd still need to give him like a training arc, because end of Z, Oob is still not like a good fighter. You could say with the skills, he has the ability and potential, he just isn't a good fighter yet. So maybe if they do a time skip with Oob, like they do a training arc time skip with Oob and then have the tournament, it would be pretty cool.
Seems like the Earth is doomed, but then a massive amount of god power that even shocks Vegeta is sent over from Oob. You see, the Grand Lord of Lords himself was inside of Good Buu, but his god power was left inside of Kid Buu and then transferred to Oob when he reincarnated. So he has tremendous potential. Of course, the tournament would have to be after he trains with Goku for some time, and we'd have to find a way to extend Granola's extremely limited lifespan for this to work. But I think there's no better final team member for Universe 7 than Oob. So
Granola only has the 3 years left, though.
This is Team Universe 7 for the next Tournament of Power. Make sure to like and
That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is hard.
subscribe if you haven't yet, and thanks.
But anyways, shout out Carthu. This video was dope. And yeah, overall though, I'm very hyped for this next arc currently happening where Gohan's fighting Gohan's fighting Goku, and we'll see how it goes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little reaction. If you did, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a lot of these, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, man. You guys have a good one. Take care. Peace.